かけてみようか打ち取られた奇跡から充満してく術を挑戦のオーバータイム導くジェニュアなノーパで熱く燃えたぎる鼓動を破裂しても
Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another anime review. And today, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Eden Zero Episode 29, which funnily enough, the episode is titled Number 29, referring to the world that our characters are currently residing in. Because yes, Eden Zero does involve some time travel shenanigans, alternate universes, and the whole 9 yards, but more on that later. I just wanted to mention the episode title name because, you know, in the manga, there is a chapter titled Number 29, but with the adaptation, I think we're around chapter 80, and I just wonder if the anime staff had coincidentally done this, or they planned in advance, let's make episode 29 number 29, and if they did that, they trolled us good. So I just wanted to mention that to start the video. But as far as the actual review goes, it's not looking too good for our heroes, because while Weiss did defeat Laguna in last week's episode, he was shot from behind by Fi, the element of fire, and Shiki did volley an attack back at him, but Seabeer arrived and said, let's retreat, I will mend Weiss's wounds, we gotta get out of here. And so Shiki relayed the message to the Eden Zero, and they wanted to get Sister, because she has the healing abilities to heal Weiss, but Sister was busy interrogating Maria, and said, oh, Rebecca, take the medicine and you go heal Weiss. And there was a funny scene with the medicine, how it's called like Sister Energy, and it's literally in a Monster Energy can. So it's an energy drink is the medicine. And so Rebecca got in her spaceship. There was a cool space battle between her and Clean of the Element 4, also known as Sylph, the Element of Wind. But we find out here her name is Clean. And I spoiled that last week, so I'm sorry, but you know now. So there's a cool space battle. Rebecca activated her Cat Leaper ether gear, was able to avoid the attacks and land on the Belial Gore, but she was once again ambushed by Sylph and trapped with her wind ether gear. So it starts off with Rebecca talking to Shiki as her communication breaks up, and then Shiki, Homura, and Pino looking for Rebecca because they do have like a tracker where she was last seen, and they do find the medicine, but then they get involved in a battle. And we see Clean go up against Homura, and then arriving to the battle is Jin, who we hadn't seen since Season 1. He, of course, also uses wind ether gear, and he was a human. They established that he was a cyborg early on, too, when we first saw him in Season 1, but he's enhanced his body with more cybernetic parts. And there's a funny quote from him when he releases his power, where he says, I increased my power by 320%, and it just reminded me of Frieza from Dragon Ball in the Namek saga. So I thought that was pretty funny. And we established that the two of them are brother and sister. Which in Season 1, Jin was looking for a cure to help his sister. And we saw him a few times. There was, remember the arc with the fake sister, who was an android who was doing evil plans and whatnot, and was working for Draken Joe as well? Well, it all ties back together. So there's a battle going on there. Rebecca and Happy were captured. And some time passes and it cuts to them, who wake up in bed. And they see Draken Joe sitting there, taking a bath, and he has this shit-eating grin on his face. Rebecca's looking horrified. He gets out of the bathtub. I'm sure Rebecca saw everything. They had to show the scene of him, like, air drying, you know? And Rebecca's just fearing for her life, saying, no, don't do anything to me. And he's, oh, I'm not going to harm you. There's something that you have that I need, though. And then he takes her with her to, you know, his jail cell, his prisoner. And we see that he's captured Labilia, who is, we're not going to say Rebecca's friend, Rebecca's acquaintance, her rival beekeeper, who's bullied Rebecca in the past. And he has her all chained up. Her clothes are all ripped. In the manga, I'll show you a comparison. In the manga, there's like pools of blood behind her because they tortured her. But here, she's just tied up. She looks like she was beaten up, but there's no blood. So, I don't know. I guess, you know, animes do that. They do censor things from time to time. But yeah, she was captured and sort of used to, I guess, make Rebecca feel guilty, because what happens is Draken Joe uses his alchemy ether gear. Remember, they call him the Dark Alchemist. And he turns the glass into water and throws Rebecca in the same cell as Labilia and says, oh, get your revenge, do whatever you want. But Rebecca, being a sweet girl, doesn't want to do anything. So she's just, you know, I gotta free you, Labilia. And then we get this fucking scene where so far we've seen 3 members of the Element 4. We've seen Laguna, Fee, and Clean. And we see the 4th member of the Element 4, the element of Earth, who appears in the ground. And Rebecca changed because her outfit was all battered and bruised, so Jock and Joe gave her a new outfit. And he appears like right in front of her skirt, so you know he was getting a quick look. And he's like, oh, I was the one who beat this little girl up, but I have my torture coin. And he shows this coin where he hasn't tortured in 60 days. And Rebecca's thinking like, what? You said you tortured this girl. Oh, that's Draken's orders. And he has this really creepy fucking voice. And not looking too good. He later on, he pulls out like this chocolate bar. He says, oh, would you like some candy? You want this chocolate? And Rebecca's just shitting her pants. And she's trying to think of a way to break free. And so she turns Happy into the Happy Blasters. But then he immediately uses his Earth Ether gear and has like these roots that start growing out of Rebecca's arms. So, you know, he has her tied up like that. Some Riona action for all of you, I guess. So it ends with everyone in a pretty bad situation. Shiki and Pino getting their asses kicked by Jin. Weiss still unconscious from his gunshots. Homura facing off against Clean, which, yeah, Clean was using her wind ether gear to take off all of Homura's clothes. And that sets us up for Homura's sexy outfit, presumably in the next episode or the episode after that. And then Rebecca tied up with the roots from the Earth ether gear. And our heroes are not in good shape. So let me show you some of the screenshots now so we can expand upon this. And it starts, of course, with a recap. And I'll show you, I don't know if I showed you this one from last week, but with Rebecca's space attire, first of all, she has the boob window armor, the way she's sitting in the cockpit, her ass everywhere. I mean, goddamn. So I'll start with that. Then she was captured by Clean's wind ether gear, and she has the Happy Blasters trying to shoot her way out, but the bullets all ricochet, and we get this funny scene. It's rebounding. So she's communicating. She has this thing on her ear. Can you see it there? No, you can't see it there. You can see it right there. And communicating to Shiki. It's breaking up, so they got to figure out how to get her. And then Sister is talking to Maria, trying to get the details on Jock and Joe. Why is he seizing this ship? He may be evil, but he does have his own principles. And then it cuts to, you know, Shiki and the gang go to where Clean was so they can find the briefcase and get the medicine for Weiss. And they see Clean, but then Jin appears. And it's such a badass scene, the brother and sister, which you can tell now, can't you, with the green hair? And Clean is a full human. She's not had any modifications. We'll learn more about Jin, probably not in this season. We'll probably learn more about that in season 3 if they ever do that. About why he has the modifications, but he's enhanced his cybernetic abilities and is beating the shit out of Shiki. So yeah, Rebecca wakes up. She's in Jock and Joe's room. He's taking a bath. And she's like, oh fuck, because he's in the bathtub and he stands up. And then Rebecca's like, oh goddamn, what's this guy doing? Alright. And so Rebecca's like, why are you after us? Well, there's something precious on the ship. Well, spoiler, it's Rebecca and her abilities. So I thought this was funny. And you know, Mashra always does pay homage to his past series. He has this new outfit for Rebecca, which, I'm not just like crazy with this, but it's Lucy's outfit, right? It's more or less the same thing. I mean, the same skirt, the same top, the same everything. So, and of course, Rebecca is another version of Lucy. So you got that. Jin is beating the shit out of Shiki. He's powered up 320% more since the last time they met. So that reminded me of Frieza a little. And then he does this ability, which he claims this is overdrive. He's close to overdrive, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. So Jock and Joe takes Rebecca, says there's something I want to show you, and he shows her Labilia, who's all chained up, battered and bruised. And, I mean, you get this. In the manga, again, it's definitely more gruesome. I mean, there's fucking blood everywhere. But you get the idea. So she's trying to figure out why Labilia's here. And then he says, oh, we're going to call you number 29 instead. And he uses his alchemy ether gear to transform the glass into water. And he throws Rebecca in there. And says, get your revenge on Labilia for all the pain she's caused you. So she's trapped in there. And then the The ground starts moving, right? She's wearing a skirt, and we see Daichi pops up right there. What the fuck, man? And just his voice, he was so creepy, man. I was told to keep an eye on you. I'm Daichi, a member of the Element 4. Poor Rebecca. She's been through a lot these past few episodes. The poor girl. So he whips out the chocolate bar. You want a chocolate? He's like, no. So then he says he has this commemorative coin he got for not torturing anyone for 60 days. Okay. And she's thinking like Torture Anonymous. And we get this scene, which I think this was in the manga as well. This dude, I don't know about the other characters, but this dude was in Fairy Tail. He was part of the Avatar Dark Guild. And he was into torture. There was the one scene where he had Lucy captured, and he starts taking off her stocking, and he's like, I'm gonna have this goat start licking your feet. It's like, what the fuck? So he's there. And he had the tattoo on his forehead. It said like T or something. But there's Daichi at Torturers Anonymous with all these other unsavory characters. So Rebecca whips out the Happy Blasters and tries to defeat him. But he gets these roots start growing out of her arm. And he captures her. He's got her all pinned up there. Like, fuck. Oh, so he's using this wind. This is back to Jin now, by the way. Using wind on Shiki and Pino. They're blown away. And then, yeah, because they had to separate. Shiki said to Homura, take this, take the medicine, go heal Weiss. And then Clean catches up to Homura. And she's stealing everything. So what happens is she steals away all Homura's clothes. And this is an excuse for Homura to get a sexy outfit in next week's episode. So it ends with all our heroes in very tough situations against their opponents. And what's going to happen next? So overall, I thought this was a great episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about the censorship? I mean, every manga and anime more or less has their censorship going on. Like, it is what it is. Like, there's the scene in Fairy Tail during the Tartaros arc with Urza and Kyoko when Urza was being tortured. And in the manga, she's literally wearing she's not wearing any clothes. Nothing. But in the anime, she's wearing a dress. Because, I don't know. There's some standards you need to have, I guess, when it comes to broadcasting these things. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Everybody have a great day, and peace out.